On a frozen Minneapolis afternoon, federal immigration agents moved into position during what officials described as a targeted operation. Witnesses say tensions were already rising before anyone drew a gun. A dark SUV sat motionless in the street. Inside was 37-year-old Renee Good. Around her, agents closed in. One officer recorded the encounter on his cell phone. Another moved toward the driver's side door. And in those first moments, something important was already happening inside the vehicle. Renee Good was preparing to leave. Watch the vehicle carefully. The reverse lights illuminate. The tires angle left. Her foot remains on the brake. These aren't random movements. They reveal intention. And at the same time, they reveal fear. One of the most misunderstood things about high-stress encounters is that panic does not always look chaotic from the outside. Sometimes panic looks quiet, focused, controlled. But inside the body, adrenaline is already flooding the nervous system. Heart rate climbs, peripheral thinking narrows. The brain stops prioritizing logic and starts prioritizing survival. Fight or flight or freeze. In this moment, Renee Good appears locked entirely into one objective: to get away from this encounter. Then the situation tightens. An agent reaches for the driver's door. Another closes distance toward the front of the SUV. Voices grow louder, more aggressive, and this is the point where encounters like this often become irreversible. Because once fear begins feeding fear, both sides stop interpreting each other clearly. The agents see unpredictability. Renee Good sees entrapment. Neither side fully understands what the other is about to do, but both are already reacting to what they believe is coming next. Then suddenly movement. The SUV moves forward. The steering wheel snaps right. But for one critical fraction of a second, the tires straighten forward before the turn fully completes. And that tiny mechanical detail may have changed everything. Because from the perspective of the officer stepping into frame, the vehicle now appears to be accelerating directly toward him. There is no time for careful analysis here, only instinct. The officer's hand reaches for his weapon almost immediately. Almost instantly fires 3 shots towards the vehicle. 3 shots follow, fast, violent, and automatic. And this is what makes incidents like this so disturbing to analyze, because human beings under extreme stress often act before conscious thought fully catches up. By the time the brain begins rationalizing the danger, the trigger may already have been pulled. The SUV crashes seconds later. The street falls into shock. Screams replace commands. And almost immediately, the battle over the narrative begins. Officials describe the vehicle as a weapon. Critics describe the shooting as reckless. One side sees attempted murder. The other sees panic and escape. And somewhere beneath those arguments is a reality far more uncomfortable. Because tragedies like this are often born not from clear evil, but from fear escalating faster than human beings can control it. What happened on Portland Avenue lasted only seconds. But those seconds will now be studied frame by frame, argued over for years, and carried forever by the people who survived them. Renee Good believed she needed to escape. The officer believed he was about to die. And between those two perceptions, reality shattered. Because in high-stress encounters, human beings rarely see the full picture. They see fragments, movement, threat, survival, and sometimes that's enough to turn 3 seconds into a death sentence. The officer believed he was about to die.
If you believe stories like these deserve to be told, help support this growing channel, subscribe, press the like button, and be part of the journey from the very beginning.